And we are live. What's good, Charles? Your man, Dale Saint. Welcome. Over them One No Podcast. How y'all feeling out there, man? Happy Monday, man. Um, yeah, how y'all feeling? All is well on this end. All is well on this end. I real excited, feeling good. You know what I mean? Still too lazy. I'm getting old and lazy, y'all. I gotta force myself to get up and start doing something. So it's like tomorrow. I'm just gonna force myself to get out there, start walking, maybe do a little bit of an airborne shuffle for a block or so, come back in the house, do some push-ups and just I don't know. I'm gonna do something, bro. So I just don't waste away. It's cool sitting here talking, but you gotta do more. You gotta keep your body right, child. So just remember that as you get older, you youngins out there. And for you oldies like me, get up and do something. Walk around, you know what I mean? Push yourself up in the chair, something like do some of that chair exercise, the chair yoga, whatever you gotta do something. Um, yeah, man. I just feeling good, feeling good. Had a pretty good weekend. Not terrible, not terrible at all. Just just doing normal dad stuff. My little one got real sick, it seems, so we had to take her to urgent care. Don't worry, she was fine. Um, but boy, oh boy, I tell you what, health insurance is expensive. We got pretty good insurance, but still, that trip to urgent care costs a couple dollars, man. It's like whoa, it's like whoa. And you just don't want your children to suffer. Now I know why my mom would just keep me in the house to the next day. Like, now we're gonna take you to the doctor when we know you're good and sick. We get a fever, you gotta have something other than just some aches and pains. Um, y'all know what I'm talking about. You parents out there, you know what I'm talking about. It is, ooh, boy, inflation ain't no joke, man. Like, medical costs have always been high, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're gonna talk about some other stuff today. All right, we're gonna talk about some other stuff. Brother Pitney in the building. What's good, man? You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be talking about the soft guy era, or is it quiet pimping? And Brother Pitney, he's like, that's it. That's the podcast. Class dismissed. It is what it is, man. I'm looking at this. I'm hearing what people are talking about. These guys and some women out here complaining. We're gonna watch a couple videos. Well, one video on the quiet soft guy era, or whatever, and then another video. To my point with the whole quiet pimping thing. But yeah, bro, always a pleasure to see you. I be seeing Brother Pitney all over these YouTube streets, man. Everybody in the trenches getting it in, bro. I ain't mad at Miss AKA lady in the building. It's family night. Gonna miss the show. Just wanted to say I caught the match show. Great job. Thank you very much, sis. Appreciate that. And what is she talking about? Brother Matthew Cox from Inside True Crime. Had Uncle Saint on. Here it is right here. There it is right there. So we were talking about Sean Combs. I believe there'll be a second interview coming out. We filmed a lot. We were there for a long time. So this was what's out there now is actually part two. So hopefully part one will come out. But yeah, shout out to brother Matt and his team. Just great conversation. Real cool dude. If you guys haven't, please go over and subscribe over there. They have about 225,000 subscribers and growing. He's been doing this for a while. He has a very interesting story, and a very good arc. The brother has served his time, you know what I mean, and he is out there being a productive citizen and giving back and doing all that good stuff, man. So he brought me on to talk about Sean Combs. I'm no expert on that by no stretch of the imagination, but we had a good conversation. Yeah, and then some of my nights were like, yo, Unc, man, it's doing good. Shout out to all my nights out there. Shout out to all my people just sending it to me. I didn't know it was out. They were like sending it to me, like, yo, check it out. And one of my nights was like, yeah, to read the comments. I'm like, bro, I don't read comments. I don't, especially on other people's platforms. Like, I'll read comments over here. I'll get around to them. I'll read them. But if I'm doing someone else's thing, I don't normally read them. They're like, you got to do it, Unc. So I read some of the comments. Most of the comments were positive, like anything else. And then you got haters out there. So, which, hey, man, you know what I mean? Haters make the world go round, bro. It is what it is. The haters out there doing their thing. Shout out to all you haters. You guys know where I stand on that. My thing is, I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe that you should show your face. That's my whole thing. Like, say what you want to say, but have the balls, have the courage to, put your face to it. Like, this is me. I'm out here doing what I do, saying what I say. It's a lot of people out there, those keyboard warriors, just hiding behind their keyboard so they can say what they want to say. And it is what it is. But that's the real reason I don't generally read um comments. And it's just a lot of people with a different takes on the world. And hey, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure some of those haters will make their way over here because people just love to hate. It is what it is. Luckily we got the mod squad. They'll take care of them. I ain't worried about it. But I just find that funny. That's the world we're in now. I grew up where you say something, you got to back it up. You say something about somebody, man, somebody gonna come find you. It wasn't no putting up a fake, facade. Like, you ain't gonna be able to hide behind somebody and say what you got to say, bro, because them people will get out the way. Like, go ahead, handle your business. But we don't live in that world anymore. I think maybe it'll come back, but it hasn't come back yet. We don't live in that world. But definitely check that out, guys. That was a good show, and there it is right there, man. Life in prison. We were talking about Sean Combs. PD is going to jail for a long time. That's the title. Inside True Crime. It was a really good conversation, guys. So please check that out when you get a chance. Like, almost 40,000 views last time I checked. I feel fortunate just to be a part of something like that, and it's growing. So yeah, we'll see. And hopefully part one will come out. You know what I mean? Like the beginning. And by part one, I mean the beginning of that conversation. We were talking for a couple hours, and we were talking for a long time, actually. And it broke down to two separate episodes. So hopefully the other episode will come out. When it does, I'm definitely going to be talking about it. When the second episode comes out, we'll probably break them down on this show. Why not? Like, why not react to the very first big podcast interview we've ever gotten? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But again, shout out to brother Matthew Cox. Don DeMarco, indeed. And I hope you guys get a chance to check that out. So what are we going to be talking about today, man? We're going to be talking about this soft guy era, bro. What is going on? Like, what is this all about, bro? And this is 100%, it's definitely red pill stuff right here, guys. We're going to be talking about some red pill stuff today. I heard the terms a couple times, but I really wasn't seeing a bunch of videos on it or whatever. I kind of wasn't thinking about it that much. But all of a sudden, I'm seeing a lot of videos on this topic, man. A lot of videos. And I saw a couple, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to have to talk about this, man. So, when you look at today's sexual marketplace, man, we look at the dating game as it is right now today. A lot of people are looking at the numbers, and they're paying attention to how people are mate selecting and who's getting the attention, who's not getting the attention, right? And you hear all of the stories about the top tier guys are getting all the attention because that's who the women want, and the lower tier dudes aren't getting any attention. And you have people who are sexless, like men who are sexless. You have, men and women who don't have any friends, like, as people who, like best friends and all that kind of stuff. So you have this lonely epidemic and all this stuff going on, right? So what does that mean? Well, it's something that Myron Gaines says all the time on Fresh and Fit. When you talk about feminism and you talking about, how feminism has affected the dating market, feminism has inadvertently given all the power, all the leverage to the top tier guys. You know what I mean? Shout out to Myron Gaines. That's what he talks about. He says that all the time on the podcast over there on Fresh and Fit. And it makes sense. When you talk to women and you ask them what do they want, they pretty much describe the same type dude. And it's going to be a dude who's successful. It's going to be a dude who's smart, who's witty, who's tall, who's in shape, who's a great conversationalist, who can provide experiences, who can protect you. It's pretty much what, all women would say. Okay, fine. That's not a problem. Where's the problem come in? The problem comes in when you have lower tier women shooting their shot and making their run at the top tier guys. And I don't know if people believe that men should be like these honorable knights who they choose their one true love and that's it. That's the woman they're going to be with. It's not how it works. They'll choose their one true love and then they'll smash all the rest of them just because they can. They get to choose. And that's where we are right now. So not only are these dudes getting to choose, but these dudes are also taking resources. it's like they're modifying their game to mimic the game that women have been running forever. And they're coming for the bread. Like, yo, you want to spend time with me? You got to take me out, which is funny. I remember back in the day when I was really doing my damage as a young cat. We didn't have a lot of money, but we used to tell women that, women be talking to us or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, they'll ask, are you going to take me out? Like, no, I want you to take me out. And they would do it. You know what I mean? This is back in the early to mid 90s. We were doing this. Certainly by the mid 90s. I wasn't buying drinks for women. They want me to take them. I'm like, why don't you take me out? Or if I did take them out somewhere and they wanted to go someplace else, I'm like, well, then you treating me? Because that's the only way this is going to happen, sis. And they would do it, bro. They would do it. I don't know if it had anything to do with the confidence. I don't know, I don't know why they did it, but they would. So here we are, 2024, and guys are starting to run that play. And it's easy when you have a lot of women coming at you because you just don't care. You get to a point where you're just talking crazy to women, bro. You're just talking crazy, like, all right, blah, blah, blah. You don't care. You don't care if you smash or not. You don't care if she gives you her number or Instagram or social or whatever. You don't care. She's really gunning at you. And you already know what you have. Like, I got this dime over here. I got that dime over there. You know what I mean? I'm doing this and that. And here comes this woman. Oh, you want, man, what's up? Why am I going to waste my time on you? If you want to come out with me, you got to take me out. And I want to go here. And that seems to be what's going on. Brother Pablo's in the building. It was like, Daisy needs an attorney to get that DNA. Fresh would either get cleared or taken to the cleaners. Yeah, man. Hey, we'll see, bro. And Brother Pablo's referring to Fresh from Fresh and Fit. He had a woman run the nuclear option on him. She said that they were together. She claims that she's pregnant. And everyone's lawyered up. I mean, I got to say, this is the first time. This is the first time I've ever seen this play go down quite this way, where you have a woman who makes a claim to be pregnant. No one's married. She lawyers up. She gets a lawyer. And the guy that she claims is the father, he lawyers up. He gets a lawyer. I've never seen it go down quite this way before. It makes sense because there's a lot going on right now. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I've said it from the beginning. I'll continue to say this. I don't believe she's pregnant. I really don't. And if she is, I really don't think that this pregnancy will go to term. This is just a way to bring the pain, so to speak, right? So watch and learn, guys. For all you guys out there, even you haters out there, this can happen to anybody. Watch and learn. Be careful. Be careful. Now, if you're someone like, Fresh, or you're some guy who, is doing well financially, I mean, your worst case scenario boils down to, paying child support, really. Your worst case scenario boils down to money. And in most cases, if you're dealing with a situation like this and it is your child, like child gets here and it is your child, I mean, you just want to step up and take care of your baby. So, and like I said, I believe 100% that that's what Fresh would do if it came down to this. If she is telling the truth, if she is in fact pregnant, baby gets here, we do a DNA test and discover that, yeah, it is his child. But bro, we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see, bro. You talking about, I mean, I don't even think she's not even a month yet, man. She's looking at, over 8 months before we'll get to the bottom of this, if it gets that far. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. But yeah, it's getting crazy. You got this whole the whole baby trap thing and all that. That's been around forever. A lot of women now need to worry about the baby trap in reverse. You might be dealing with a dude who's trying to get you pregnant. You might be dealing with a dude who's trying to get at your resources, trying to get at your house, trying to get at your bank account, your 401k. If you have his child, he can go through the court system and run you through it. Remember, the court system doesn't care about gender. They only care about who has the money. So when you're talking about the family court system in America, it's not about, oh, the women get everything, which historically it went that way, but that was because most women didn't make as much as most men. Now, women are out earning men. They're completing college in higher numbers than men. I think it's 2-1. They still want children. They still want children by, with the guys with the genes that they like, the guys that turn them on or whatever. Yeah, they would love to be with a guy that's going to provide them the security and the provisioning and all that good stuff. But it's a dual mating strategy sometimes for some women. They'll be with the guy that they think is hot, the guy that turns them on, and then they'll find a guy that can provide the provisioning and all that stuff on the other side. So you got the alpha smash. You're going to go smash an alpha, get pregnant. Beta cash. She's going to find her a beta dude who's going to take care of that baby and help her raise her child and support her with her career and all that. But now, the alpha smash dudes are trying to flip the script. It's like they're trying to get more than just the sex. It's crazy. Nah, thank you, brother. It's all good. Appreciate you coming in, popping in. So I found a video, and this video is, what is the name of this video? I forget the name of the Dating Right. Well, it was right there on the screen. Duh. So Dating Right. This video is linked in the description if you guys want to go support. And also the next video we're going to watch out is also in the description. Please go over there and support. We're going to check this out, man, and listen to what is going on out there right now and what women are saying that they are dealing with, man, which is crazy. You know what I mean? That's right, bro. I coined that one. Alpha smash, beta cash, man. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. Alpha fucks, beta bucks. I went with alpha smash, beta cash. But it's all the same, bro. It's all the same. So let's check out this video and let's see what women are saying about this phenomenon.
Guys, there are men out here really living that boy lifestyle. This man's girlfriend has totally got on his program, and it looks like she have fully submitted herself to him because it looks like she sent him money every day of the week for something. Check this out.
And y'all see that? $100, $50, $200. It's like, look at that, $50.
Love you, Daddy.
$160 reimbursement. Wow, look at this. $500. Love you, Daddy.
For your haircut.
$50 for your haircut.
In the car.
My goodness, $480 for sweatsuits and stuff, bro. $60.
Again,
wow.
Money for your game.
I don't know who this dude is, but he is pimping. Look at all that, bro. He is pimping.
Look at that, guys. She just sent him money every day of the week. She just sending this man money just to encourage him along his way. One of my favorite quotes of this new movement is, if she wanted to, she would. Because there is a lot of truth in that, fellas. A woman who really, really wants you, she will spend money on you without asking. Money won't be an issue for her. This woman here is displaying to her man that she's the perfect candidate for him to put a ring on her finger due to her actions and due to the fact that she care about his mental and personal well-being.
Okay,
Bro. There's a lot of guys out here, guys from the black pill side of the manosphere, the mano swamp. You know what I mean? Some of the MGTOW guys, they'll say that, man, women don't spend money on dudes and this, that, and the third. Women will pay for the guy that they want. They'll do it. Like I said at the top of this live. If a woman want to go out with you, man, and she's really coming at you like that, man, where you taking me? When you taking me out? She'll do it. If she wants to be with you bad enough, she will do it. She won't hesitate. Right? She will take you to the movies, bro. She will take you out. There are guys out there who just they mastered that game. I never really did outside of having a girl take me out to whatever. Like, man, take me to I don't know whatever restaurant. We'll like a Denny's or something like that. Take me to Waffle House. There's guys out there like, nah, man, take me to Carbone's. You know what I mean? Take me to Sexy Fish. You know what I mean? Take me to whatever the top tier restaurant is in your city. And these women are doing it. They're absolutely doing it. Why? Because they want to be with that guy for whatever reason. This is why y'all got to be up on game. Simple, period. This is why. This is why you got to be up on human nature. You got to understand who you're dealing with. Now, there's a downside to this, right? You taking her bread and you know all you trying to do is smash and just basically get these experiences. You basically running, right, female game on a female. Man, when it's over, she might come looking for you, bro. This is a kind of a variant of what Fresh went through and is going through, right? He's messing with this cowgirl. He's messing with this woman who rents herself out, man. Let's keep it 100. She's a pro. She's in the game. She came in spending money on Fresh. This is my take on this. I haven't spoken to Fresh. I still haven't spoken to Fresh about this. I haven't seen him. You know what I mean? But I believe that she came in spending money on the front end because she was setting him up for a big payday on the back end. And either Fresh saw it coming, or maybe he did have feelings for her, but the evidence was too overwhelming. You know, they found her phone, they saw what she was doing. Then she admits to, being a call girl or whatever. And he was like, he was able to back away. But it didn't change the fact that she was really upset. She wanted to get that money back. She invested time and money into this guy. More importantly, money. She gave away her most valuable asset, right? Her sex, which is what she charges people for. She charges dudes for the sex. She gave it to Fresh. And she bought gifts for his mom. I'm telling you, I guarantee you she was like buying his dinner. I guarantee you she was doing shit like putting gas in the car, stuff like that. I guarantee she was doing that. But in her mind, she's like, I'm going to spend this little $3,000 to $5,000, little whatever, $1,000, few $1,000s here. So I can, he'll look at me as like girlfriend material and he'll see that I'm taking care of him. And then she's going to get the big payday on the back end. And where did this whole thing fall apart with Fresh is when she wanted an apartment in Miami. She wanted Fresh to buy her an apartment. I ain't doing that. So what? She left. She got mad. She left. She went to New York. The rest is history. But Fresh was getting into her pockets. He was getting into her bag. And that's what made her mad, in my opinion. So she ran that nuclear option. She made her claims, and then she went around on YouTube saying what she had to say, getting all of the Fresh and Fit haters to come out, and they did, and they're making videos and doing their thing, right? They don't even want to look at, you look at someone like Abba, they don't even want to look at the fact that, like, well, this is what she does. Allegedly she's a criminal. She got problems. She had problems in China. Allegedly she's out there, renting herself out. Let's say she's a pro, man. She's a call girl. And, you got to go places like Torsha. Shout out to Torsha, who was just trying to keep it real. Here's this girl's pictures on all these call girl sites. This is, she was with agencies. This is what's going on. But the Fresh and Fit haters, they don't want to talk about that. They just want to, kick these dudes when they're quote unquote down. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't think it's affecting their numbers. I don't think it's affecting their bottom line. When talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast, that the Fresh and Fit fam is still strong. They're going to be there. So, they just got to endure this little BS or whatever. So when the haters come, bro, and it's a lot of haters out there, bro. A lot of haters. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I just didn't realize how many haters are out there. Like even when I was doing, Brother Matthew's podcast. So, the way he has it set up, there's a table, you're sitting across from one another and you're just having a conversation. And every now and then I would look at the camera, which was at my, 10 to 11 o'clock. I would look at the camera to emphasize a point. I would point to the camera. I would say something, look at the camera to emphasize a point. And someone was saying, quit looking at the camera. You're acting like it's your first podcast. Like, come on, bro. Like I said, man, it just shows you, man, it's not a lot of sharp folks out there, bro. I mean, they just don't get it. But that was the minority. A lot of people did get it. They were laughing. They knew what time it was. It is what it is. But yeah, man, women are paying, bro. Women are paying to hang out and to make a run at some of these dudes that I consider top tier. I remember the top 20%, right? I break it down 80-20. I like that breakdown. And the top 20% does not mean that you're a wealthy dude, you're a tall dude, you're like in shape. No, it means that you're getting sexual access for women. If you're getting sexual access from women, in my opinion, that puts you in the top tier. That puts you in the top 20. Pookie and Ray Ray, they in the top 20. They know what they're doing. They're getting sexual access because it is very, very difficult to get sexual access from women, to get intimacy from women. It's hard. It's hard. This is why men place so much value on it. It's very, very difficult. You know what I mean? And Brother Paul was like, after 9 weeks from conception, you can get a DNA test. Don't know who will win. I've heard about that, bro. Getting DNA tests while the child is still in the womb. From what I understand, and I could be wrong, it's still risky. A lot of people won't do it. A lot of doctors don't recommend it because they have to pierce the womb at a very critical stage, right? Still in the first trimester, man. Like most women, like if a pregnancy fails, it fails in the first trimester. Like it's like a high number. Like shit, man. I want to say 80% or something like that. It's like a very, very high percentage of pregnancies when they fail in the first trimester, bro. She's in the very early stages of the first trimester run. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's best just to wait until the child gets here. And then just do a swab, run a DNA test. It's less evasive and it's less dangerous. So I would think something like this is going to happen. And again, bro, I would be shocked if the baby gets here. There's just not enough money involved for a pro like this, like someone in the game as deep as she's in the game. There's not enough money involved for her to put her body through that stress and strain. She might not be able to recover from that. She might have stretch marks and stuff like that. Remember, this is how she makes her money. She makes her money off her body. I don't think the baby will get here, bro. And even if the baby gets here and it is fresh, is the most that she's looking at, more than likely, the most that she's looking at in child support, even in New York, be around $4,000 a month. It'll be under $4,000. And that depends on, that's like if Fresh's income has him earning around $300,000 a year. Brother Shaw from This Is Shaw broke that down. So let's say Fresh is making $300,000 a year, that's his income, let's say, which we have no idea what his income is. If they were in New York, zero custody, if the child, and I mean the mom and the child's in New York, zero custody, Fresh is looking at just under $4,000 a month in child support. Keep in mind, the average cost of an apartment in New York is what, $7,000, something like that. So the child support wouldn't even pay for rent. And you're talking about a woman who legally can't work, right? Because she's on some sort of visa. She's probably on a tourist visa or something like that. So she can't really work legally. And if they were in Miami, the most he would pay would be around $2,500 a month, zero custody, ballpark, making the same amount of money if you're around $300,000 a year. So for someone who's making a money play, for someone who is in the game that deep, a sex worker, that's not going to be nearly enough money. I mean, not even close to enough money to have a child and then be there and try to, have a baby. Even if they have a baby and go back to China, which is, like her home country, that $4,000 a month. I mean, I think she'll be able to live. Let's just put it that way. She'll be able to get a place or whatever to actually live, but it won't be the life of luxury that she's accustomed to now. She's not going to be walking around carrying a $35,000 Birkin bag. She's not going to be walking around with $10,000 red bottoms on. She's not going to be walking around with, $6,000 Louis Vuitton dresses and stuff like that. She's not going to be walking around dripped, with Van Cleef jewelry. That's not going to happen, bro. Wearing Cartier watches and stuff like that. That's not going to happen. And for someone who wants that lifestyle, bro, I mean, they're not going to have a baby. I just don't see that happening, bro. You know what I mean? Like Fresh, no doubt, should always wear rubber. Everyone should, bro. But you got to understand too, man, you got dudes out there who make enough money that they can have 4 or 5 kids. It's not really going to mess them up. If you're looking at someone who's like, all right, I could have 4 kids and each kid costs me $4,000 a month. I mean, To some dudes, that's nothing. They'll spend $4,000 popping bottles, bro. So that's nothing to them. Some guys don't care. It's not, I'm with you. Listen, y'all, if y'all out there messing around, bro, wrap it up. Wrap it up, Forget the babies, man. There's diseases out there you can get, but you can't get rid of, man. So be careful. And then when you stuff like this, man, it's just a headache to deal with, bro. It's just a pain. And then you do have a child with a woman that you won't even really care about like that. You got to deal with that woman for at least 18 years. You really got to deal with her for the rest of your life, for as long as your child's alive, but at least 18 years. So stuff to think about. Dudes with money, there are dudes out there who have kids all over the place, man. Like Nick Cannon or whatever. Like dude got kids everywhere, man. It's what it is. It takes care of them. TK, you know what I mean? They had TK Kirkland on. He was talking about all his children and all his baby moms, baby mothers, you know what I mean? Mothers of his children, right? There's guys out there who can hack and they want that. They want that type of life. They had Rampage on. He was talking about it. There are dudes out there who don't mind, but it should be planned. It's definitely, it doesn't want to be, it shouldn't be accidental. It should definitely be planned. And it's something to think about, man. It is definitely something to think about, bro. Brother Pitney, it's common to wait until the second trimester to even announce the pregnancy facts because the first trimester is so tricky, bro. You know what I mean? A lot of, if something bad's going to happen, it tends to happen in the first trimester. So you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And Brother Paulo, I don't think she would be welcome back home in China. I mean, if she's got the money to live, I don't know where the dollar is versus, Chinese currency. What is China on? They're on the Chinese, is it the yen, the Chinese yuan or yen or something like that. I don't know where the dollar is versus their currency. I've only been to China once. I was in Beijing. I was in Shanghai. I didn't like it. We were only there for a few days. I didn't like it. I couldn't wait to leave. I just couldn't wait to leave. I doubt if I'll go back to China. I do have friends who are like, well, you didn't go to the right place. You want to go like to Guangzhou or you want to go to like, Macau. But yeah, man, I don't care to go back to China. I just don't. Just talk about being surrounded, like being in the Badlands, bro. You talking about an old soldier. I'm in there like, man, these are the people I trained to kill. Like, I don't want to be over here. And they looking at me like, bro, like we could take you out right now, homie. Like I wasn't crazy about it, but I got to see the Forbidden City. I rode their bullet train. I got to see all of the sites or whatever. Got to see the wall. That's it. No need for me to go back. You know what I mean? No need for me to go back at all. So as far as her not being welcomed in China, I mean, who knows what she would face in China? But it's not like she's going to be guaranteed some sort of legal status here in America simply because she's pregnant with an American child. So this, like I said, this thing will play out maybe over the next 90 days and it'll be over. I think. I think she'll just run his name through the mud for another 30 days, 60 days or so, and then move on. Something happened. I was stressed out and I lost, the pregnancy, whatever. I think it'll end like that. But hey, man, who knows, bro? Who knows? Just be careful out there, y'all. Let's continue with the video.
I'm just getting off work and I had some time in the office when I wasn't doing anything
drizzle.
kind of do some research on the soft guy era. Because my last video, I was kind of like, I don't even know what the soft guy era is. I had daddies and uncles and grandpas and they wasn't soft. But now
hey, y'all see that that note right there? Proverbs 9:13. So it comes from the Bible, man, the original red text, the original red pill text. You know what I mean? A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. That comes straight from the Bible, y'all. Hey, man, whatever. Proverbs 9:13. If you got a problem with them words, man, take it up with God.
I've done my research. I now understand what the soft guy era is, and it is so fucking hilarious to me. So fucking hilarious to me. You bitches are mad that these men are turning that shit around on you. How the fuck are you mad? They saying the exact same shit that you been in for the past couple of years, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. What the fuck is a soft girl era anyway? Because I thought women were supposed to be naturally soft and feminine. So when bitches talk about I'm in my soft girl era, that shit made completely no sense to me because I've always been soft. I've always been feminine.
Hey, nothing against this sister right here, but man, there ain't nothing soft about her, bro. I've always been soft. I've always been feminine, talking like a sailor, tattooed chest. You know what I mean? Nah, nah, be careful. Be careful. If this is your woman, you saying this is my soft, submissive woman, okay, if you say so, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being rough around the edges. There's nothing wrong with keep in mind, she's filming this, she's posting this to, she's presenting this to the world. And she's going off on women because this shorty right here sees the game. It's like, hey, these dudes are simply running the same game y'all been running. What are you talking about? This sounds crazy. But like she said, she's like, I'm soft, I'm feminine. Like, no, you are not, love. But she sounds like a realist to me.
That's not a fucking era. That's just who the fuck I am. So you women are mad because these men are turning that shit around on y'all. And now y'all want to call them broke. Y'all want to call them all kinds of names. But what the fuck were you when you were doing it? What the fuck were you when you were demanding all these outlandish things from men? The audacity and the unadulterated gall that you bitches have. Like, you created these monsters. You bitches.
So I don't know if any of you guys have seen.
She went hard. She was like, you created these monsters. And she has a point. She has a point. You know, you got a lot of these dudes, raised by single moms, and their mothers are preparing them to deal with, these hard women. Right? When you have a situation where a mom has to be the masculine and the feminine, they tend to really go hard on the feminine side. On the masculine side, they tend to go hard and try to, arm their sons with the tools to deal with today's modern woman. Now, sometimes it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Most times it doesn't work because these dudes just wind up falling anyway. But, moms are right there. And then when a guy comes from a traditional home at mom and dad in the same home, she still does the same thing, but she does it from a very feminine place. She's able to just, be in her feminine and be able to get her son's ear and say, hey, that woman right there is not the one. Why? Well, she has a chest tattoo. Why? Baby hair. Why? Look at the lashes, the Venus flytraps on the end of her eyelids. You know what I mean? Why? Listen to her talk. So why? She can't cook. It's a whole bunch of stuff that women will see and are like, nah, mom's like, I don't like her. But then, when you have a mom, when her son brings home a good woman, yes, that's the one. You want to, treat her right, and mama, work her best magic to ensure that relationship is successful, which is kind of cool. Brother Penny was like, if a girl has tattoos, she hits dudes. Yeah, she hits dudes in more way than one, bro. Let's continue.
This trend going around on TikTok called the soft guy era. Basically, it's men standing up to women and saying, no more. I will no longer bring all of these things to the table, and you don't bring anything to the table. And I got to say, guys, I love it. I love what you're doing, and I support it 100%. Most relationships, the man brings all of it to the table. He's the protector. He's the provider. He's the moral support. He sits there and he listens and he helps when the woman just ignores him. Doesn't care about what he's passionate about. Doesn't care about what his dreams are and what he wants to do. Doesn't support him emotionally. Doesn't bring to the table what she needs to bring to the table to help that man get to the next level. And fellas, I support it. I support the soft guy era. If a woman's not bringing to the table what you need her to bring, she's not for you. If she brings nothing but drama, chaos, and negativity into your life, she's not for you. I applaud you.
We need to bring the
technology has made it to where dudes are getting information that you only got from players back in the day. When I was coming up, it was the OG dudes that would come and tell us these things. They would tell us, they would sit us down and be like, watch this, watch this. And some woman would come storming in the barbershop or come storming in a little corner store or whatever and make a scene about her dude. You know, maybe sitting there like, watch this, watch this. 2 women about to fight over some deadbeat dude. 2 women fighting over a guy who's over somebody else's house. Like he's over his other chick's house. So he's running place. And that's when the OGs would tell us, like, man, always tell the truth. Don't lie to these. Like, I'm not going to use the terms that he used because it's like disrespectful. But like, don't lie to these women, bro. Tell them the truth. Let them know what you're doing. Don't go out here and be like them dudes over there because they got to deal with these problems. You know what I mean? Car getting the windows bashed out, tires slashed, you know what I mean? Burn your car up. They'll throw, you know what I mean? They'll bash the windows out, man, and then throw a bunch of gasoline or whatever, man, and light it. Now the car is on fire. They're like, man, don't make these women angry like that. Let them choose. Let them choose, bro. And he's like, more often than not, they're going to choose to holler at you anyway. They just want to make that choice themselves. They don't want to be lied to. Don't give them the excuse to come out here and act wild. And these dudes will be out here doing, you know, lying to these women, doing all this stuff to these women. The women go crazy, go berserk. And then they wind up right back with that guy. Right back with that guy. He's still lying and she's still buying it. Like they say, man, when you lie, women buy. That's a fact. But the OGs would tell us, man, don't lie. But now y'all got technology. I mean, y'all can see it. Y'all can see the women point of view. Y'all can see the male point of view. You can read all of the stats. It's all right here. Everything's in the palm of your hand, literally. You just got to get out there and get it, man. Start working on your game. You know what I mean? You can go to a Fresh and Fit. If you don't like Fresh and Fit, you can go to a Rich Cooper. You know what I mean? You go to, you know, Access Vegas with Michael Sertan. You could go to these different places, bro. Those are just the ones that I'm mentioning. There was so many others out there. You can go and get this information. Even on the blue pill side, if you want to listen to some female coaches, you can listen to them. Take the good, leave the bad. Like, you can do this stuff. You got all this information right here. And it seems that a lot of dudes are taking this information, right? And they are using it to their advantage. They're disengaging to a point where women are chasing them and they're demanding stuff in return. Like, oh, you're going to have to take me out here. You're going to have to take me out there. This whole sprinkle, drizzle thing. I never really watched the sprinkle ladies. I still haven't. People brought her up to me. I never watched it. I never watched her content. And this drizzle guy, I don't know who he is, but I mean, I get it. I see what's going on here. And that's the beauty of this technology, man. Everyone can see it. You want to deal with women in the West, you want to deal with American women, it can be done. It's just take some work. That's all. That's all. Just take a little bit of work. Brother Pitney, gentlemen, make sure you only deal with women that know the man is the prize. Drizzle. There it is. Now, when it comes to the prize, you know, people are like, well, who's the prize, men or women or whatever? My thing is, when you find what it is you are looking for, when you find the right person as a man or a woman, when you find that right person, y'all come together like Voltron. At that point, y'all both are the prize. You both have equally won. You're there. Right? Y'all are the prize. And if you can make it work, all the better. Very few people have made it to that level. But until then, if you run around here and you want to be with somebody and you're single, you're not the prize. And she's not the prize either because she wants to be with somebody and she's single. The only way to reach that level, you know what I mean? The only way to win in that particular game, in my opinion, is you got to find the right woman, do everything right. She vets you, you vet her. You guys are there for one another. You guys got each other's back. And then you guys come together and y'all work everything out. And you guys at that point are the prize. You get divorced, you just lost. Like extra bonus loss. If you get divorced, if y'all break up, whatever. Breakups don't really matter, but if you get divorced, right? That's the only way to become the prize. And you both become the prize when you come together. Sorry about that, guys. But that's how I see it. Individually, man's a prize, woman's a prize. Man, none of that means anything to me. You know what I mean? I can see here saying I'm the prize. Man, I'm out here doing my thing. But when I really would want to be the prize, like Jay Swans, I go find the right woman. We vet one another and we make it happen. At that point, I become the prize. She becomes the prize. At that very moment, when we know we are best for one another and it's us against the world, then that's the prize. But you're only in that prize status for as long as you stay together. Y'all stay together to the end, and that's it. Y'all won. If y'all break up, y'all no longer the prize.
The dowry back for marriages, like wives or potential wives should have to gather a huge dowry from their dad or their family in order to basically like bribe the guy into putting up with all the crap. But she still definitely should be a really good provider. So don't even consider marriage unless you have a really good provider woman.
I think that's actually a good idea.
Damn.
Because I'm pretty sure we would see a lot less marriages going on for sure. A lot of families will not be pushing to get their daughter married because they may have to fork over money for that man to deal with their entitled, spoiled Western daughter.
And if she's not a good provider woman, she can always go and get a second job or a third job. And I just think there's really unlimited earning potential on the females because they're overrepresented in the colleges. So they're kind of the worker bees of the economy now. So in the soft guy era, it's great that you can just sit back and let these women provide for you. But don't get married, fellas, unless there's some huge dowry in it for you.
Damn. This is the information that's getting out there. You know, everyone sees it. Women are making money. It used to be that the batteries that drove our society were men. Men were the guys out there, you know, picking up the trash, you know, fixing the plumbing, cutting the grass, building the buildings, you know, being security guys, you know, whatever. Men were the batteries that drove our society. But now it's gotten to the point where, you know, when money was untethered from something of value, you know what I mean? When we came off the gold standard, now money isn't real. You know what I mean? Now you just got people just cranking money. Now we got to deal with inflation and all this other kind of stuff and manipulation and, you know, purchasing power is just out of whack. You got to have two incomes. You know, women have to come out of the house because it's so expensive now to live, especially if you got kids or whatnot. I mean, it's just extremely expensive depending on where you are in America. Right? I don't believe there's any place that's cheap anymore. You know, it's just how extreme do you want to get it now? I mean, I'm out here. I filled up the other day. It was $100 to fill up the tank. Now, yeah, I have to use premium gas and whatnot, but I haven't had to spend that much money to fill up a tank since I left LA. I'm in Central Florida. Prices are going way up. Way up. Like it's insane. So yeah, you're gonna have to have two incomes. Two full-time incomes, and dude, the man is probably gonna have two jobs. His wife has one job, whatever. Women are coming out making big money. So you got a woman who's making, you know, six figures. You know, she might be making $150,000, $200,000 a year. She's still gonna want a top tier guy. She's gonna want a guy who's making as much as she's making or more. She ain't gonna find him. She ain't gonna find him because the guy's gonna want youth and beauty. And by the time she starts making that kind of money, her youth is behind her. She still might be fine, but her youth is behind her. So that wealthy woman is competing with a young, beautiful woman. And the guy who gets to choose, I mean, he doesn't care about your money. So she's in a catch-22. So what she's going to wind up doing is settling for the guy. She's going to pick a dude that, you know, doesn't make as much as she does, or maybe he's really handsome and just, you know, average as far as income goes. And she's going to deal with that for a little bit. But she's not going to be happy. She's still going to be looking for her best option. But in that situation, the dude is the one who is winning. Especially if he can maintain his emotion, he can keep control of his emotions. That guy who's making $50,000, $60,000 a year and he's messing with a woman who's making $200,000 a year, but he's handsome, he's in shape, he's charismatic. Like, yeah, that relationship might not go the distance, but he's gonna get stuff out of that relationship. She's gonna buy some suits, you know, buy him some Ferragamos, get some Ferragamo shoes, Ferragamo belt. You know what I mean? Maybe go get some Louboutins. You know what I mean? He's gonna be able to get some stuff because she's gonna be buying it because she's gonna want her dude, her little boy toy, to look a certain way. And you see how things have flipped. And if by chance that he's like, okay, I'm gonna marry this woman, he goes out and buys, I don't know, spends $5,000 on a ring, which she's not gonna be happy with. So she's gonna replace the stone, right? He gets her, you know, he might be able to save up and maybe get her a 2 carat, and she's gonna want a 5 carat. It is what it is. But if they get married and she's the bread earner in 7 years, when she wants to divorce this guy, if she didn't have a prenup signed, he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. He's going to walk, he's going to walk away with the alimony. He's going to walk away with one of the houses, one of the cars. He's going to walk away with half of her retirement, half of the money that's in the accounts. So you see how things have changed. This guy in the video was talking about a dowry and all that. Well, she's providing her own dowry. She's making $200,000, $300,000 a year. She's providing a dowry. And if she decides she wants to divorce this dude, or if he decides she wants to divorce her, she's going to have to pay out.
And as men, we need assurances that if the marriage fails, we get some type of alimony, because I don't want my lifestyle to go down. I mean, why would I commit to one female, provider female, if we get a divorce and she could just leave me in financial ruin? Subscribe for more updates.
I'm not going to stop because this trend is fucking hysterical. I'm probably going to make 4 more of these videos, and you're going to hear the most ignorant shit come out of my face. Like, prepare to be sick of the ignorant shit that spews from my need a haircut face.
Bruh, this not even my content, but yo, that soft guy era shit, yeah, they cooking with that. Scarface Mark and Lil Goody, they are cooking like shit. And the shit really makes sense though, because it's just like, okay, the women be saying this shit all the time, like, oh, you need to do this, this, and this. Bet. I want the same treatment. What you mean? And the reason why they was talking about that shit is because of shit like this. Damn, my mans was with his girl for years, and towards the end of their relationship, he went through her phone, found messages of her telling her friends she finna leave him soon. She's just using him to save because he pays all the bills. Come on, bruh. That's sick work. And that soft guy era couldn't have come at a better time, because it's just like, that could be me. And the dude said, one of the dudes quote tweeting said, yo, them provider niggas get done the worst. And he's not lying. Listen, I'm part.
The game has changed. Dudes are waking up to the game. You know, he read the message or whatever, and old girl was like, yeah, I just used this guy because he paid all the bills and I could save up my money so I could do what I want to do. Man, that's just the game, bro. You should have saw that coming. And that's the risk you take. This is why you got to vet properly. Yes, that can happen. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. And it sucks, but it is what it is. And I bet you that woman presented a certain way. I bet you he let his emotions out too soon and he got wrecked. That's just how it works. She walked away. What's he going to do? He still got to pay for the bills. You know what I mean? Think about that. If you can live with somebody for a year and not have to pay any bills, you're not paying any utility bills, you're not paying any rent and or mortgage, you're not, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not even paying for any insurance. Could you imagine you got somebody to pay not just their insurance, but your insurance as well? Right? You got someone taking you on trips. You got someone taking you out. You ain't got to pay for none of that. All you got to do is take your money and save your money. That's all you got to do. And all right, yeah, you got to smash this dude or you got to smash that woman, whatever the case may be. But think about that. You're saving all your money. It's a lick if you can find somebody to pay that's going to split all the household expenses and all the living expenses, just to split the groceries, to split the rent and or mortgage, right? To just to you know, split the car note and or insurance. Just imagine if you had that. Just the rent alone. I think the average rent in America is like $2,000 a month. I don't know what the average mortgage is. I think the average mortgage is probably what, $2,800 a month or something like that. But just imagine you're putting away $12,000 a year just on the mortgage and or rent, just on the rent. You know what I mean? You're putting away like, you know, $12,000 a year or more. Come on now. You can get out of debt, all that stuff. So yeah, guys, you gotta be careful. And ladies, looks like y'all gotta start paying attention too.
Part of that soft guy era shit. I'm on the train, bro.
Some people seem to be confused. Some people are asking if we're joking. What's the deal with that? So the whole goal of that trend, okay, it's.
And I think y'all get the point. Guys are waking up to this whole traditional dating scheme, and they're coming away from it. Guys are like, well, Why should I take her out to an expensive dinner? Right? Dudes are like, nah, I ain't doing that. Top tier guys have already known this. Top tier guys are just doing what they want to do. They smashing these chicks, having fun, because all these women are smashing. Right? The bottom tier guys, they're not. They're not smashing. Most of these dudes haven't had sex in a year, or they're virgins. Right? The numbers are out there. But women are, having intimacy at the same level that they've always had. Here's what it is. Ain't nobody tripping. So they smashing. They doing their thing. Guys are starting to wake up to it. So they're doing the work. They're watching red pill content. They're getting in the gym. They're saving their money, right? They're investing in real estate. They're, learning how to be more social. They're working on their social skills. They're paying attention to their hygiene. They're going out here. They're dressing the part. They're understanding all these things. They're learning how to move. They're going out there getting coaching if they need it. They're going out there and figuring it out. They're working their way into the top 20%, and then they're beginning to choose. They're able to take trips, right? They get to a point there was like, okay, they see what's up with it. They're like, man, I see how women move. And you know what? I'm about to get my passport and see how women move in Greece. I'm about to see how women move in Malaysia. I'm about to see how women move in Germany. And that's what they're doing. Passport bros have already destroyed Colombia. Oh boy, they did a job on Colombia. And Brazil is probably going to be next, right? But you still got Peru. You know what I mean? Like you still got places you can go down. Even Argentina, although they're going through what they're going through, you can still slide in there and have a good time. Just got to be careful. Women down there are beautiful, right? And the passport bros are going to wind up coming back home because they don't have the skills. They didn't do the work, right? You got to do the work. There's no getting around that, passport bros. You got to do the work. All that stuff I just mentioned, y'all gotta get a handle on that, because this technology is here. And once they see you over in whatever country, Thailand, the Philippines, Colombia, DR, once they see you over there, they're gonna know, oh, there go the mark right there. So you have to move a certain way. And once you do that, they're looking at you differently. Like, ooh, okay. That might be a guy I want to get to know. You know a little bit about the language, you know a little bit about the culture, you dress properly, right? You know how to move, you sit back, you're mysterious. Once you do all that, you know how to, approach, and you know what type of woman you want. You can look at her and make good assessments, like, all right, stay away from that one. But okay, that one over there, right? Don't make the mistake Fresh made. You're not down there just shooting up the club. You know what I mean? You're being careful. You got to do the work, gentlemen. You just have to do the work. So with this technology, man, this is letting dudes see what's really going on. Now, A Dose of Game is a YouTube channel that I think a lot of you brothers should check out. Real talk. Y'all should check out A Dose of Game and what's going on over there. He breaks it down from a player perspective, a real player perspective. Yeah, when I saw this whole drizzle thing, you got the soft guy era, and I'm like, man, I'm listening to what's being said. I'm like, man, this ain't no soft guy, nothing. This is quiet pimping. And where are they getting it from? They're getting it from content like this right here. They're getting it from Dose. They're getting it from him. They're getting it from the dudes they bumped into in the streets in the real world. They're getting it from these dudes. Pickup artistry and all that are all just little, very small variants of it. But what Dose is talking about, right? What Dose is talking about, if you can get in and master what this guy is putting out there, you ain't gonna have any problems anywhere on planet Earth. That's one thing you'll realize, that if you can get on in America, you can get on anywhere. Say what you want to say about American women, but if you can get on with American women, you ain't gonna have a problem in Spain. You're not gonna have a problem in Portugal. You're not gonna have a problem in Sweden. No matter where you go, you're gonna be able to talk to women. But again, you gotta do the work. So let's check out King Dose, and shout out to A Dose of Game. How to become irresistible to women.
irresistible to women. No, today, I'm going to teach you how to become irresistible to women. No BS, no fluff, just straight game and a proven technique that players like me have been using since the beginning of time. But first, I need you to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button because you can be notified when I drop more videos like this that teach you the game. A lot of guys feel invisible when it comes to attracting women. A lot feel like they just don't have what it takes to get the type of women that they really want, so they settle. I call bullshit on all that type of thinking. You can have any woman that you want, player. The key is learning how to get her, and I'm about to tell you how. So
He ain't lying about that. You can get any woman you want, bro. That's real talk. You can. You really can. You just got to understand how they move, and you have to adjust accordingly. I don't care if you were short, tall, chubby, fat, broke, rich. All those things don't really matter. When you know what I'm saying? When you have certain things, they're qualifiers and they help. But none of that stuff is required. And like I said, at my peak, I was broke and I was getting it. I was broke, man, doing our thing in the streets, acting like savages, but I was getting it. And as you know, confidence reigns supreme, bro. It reigns supreme in paying attention to what's going on. Brother Pitney's like slow pimp. That's the answer. Slow pimping has always been the answer. Facts. Let's continue.
So let's get into some game. The key is silence. Silence is the key. Now, hold on. Let me explain. I've told you guys many of times when a woman first meets you, she makes up this whole scenario in her head on what type of guy you are and what type of relationship she wants to have with you. The problem is that a lot of you guys mess up the fantasy as soon as you open your mouths. And that's not your fault because you haven't been told what to say to keep the narrative that these chicks have in their mind going.
How many times have I told y'all, bro? There ain't nothing you can say to a woman that's going to get her to take you home and smash you. There's nothing you say to a woman that's going to get her to want to be with you. But there's plenty you can say to make her walk away from you. Learn to be quiet. Say what you got to say. Drop your line, whatever it is, you know, make your observation and then shut up. Shut up. Sit back and let the hamster wheel in her head go crazy and spin the narrative because she is going to come up with the top tier game. There's nothing you can come up with that's going to be better than what she just came up with in her head. Nothing. Nothing. So just let her do it. Let her do the work, man. Just kind of sit back. Sounds like sales, doesn't it? Sounds like when you're running a sales script and you get to that point in the sales script where it tells you not to say nothing. Sit back. And that's normally right before that person is about to buy. You just sit back and don't say nothing. Sit back. Same thing, bro. Same thing.
In my associate's of game degree, there's a whole lesson on what to say to women step by step. It's definitely worth checking out. But until you do, I'm going to tell you how to just say nothing and still score. Let me explain. Let's say you're at a club. Instead of running up to every chick, answering their names and offering to buy them drinks, you do nothing. Just chill, relax, and lay back. And no, I'm not talking about being one of those uncomfortable looking guys riding the wall looking dumb. I'm talking about being stoic and standing in your manhood. I went to a strip club once with a friend of mine. I had on shorts, a pair of Jordans, and a Tupac Shakur graphic t-shirt, while the other guys were running around throwing money and chasing girls. I sat at the table on my cell phone Googling something. As I looked up, I noticed that a few of the girls kept giving me looks. I just smirked and went back to Googling shit. After a few minutes, one girl tapped my shoulder and said she liked my shirt. I just nodded. After that, another girl came up to me and said, "You must have a girlfriend because you're not studying any of us." I laughed, told her no, and invited her to sit down. Are you guys starting to understand why my silence was louder than the club DJ sound system pounding through the speakers? Women are...
Man, I hope y'all paying attention. How many times I told you guys when I go out, man, I dress the way I dress, I do what I do. I'll post up either at the bar from there, talk to my friends who are bartending, or I'll, you know, post up at a table or, you know, find a spot to chill. And I tell you about women who find themselves coming over to me, man. They put themselves in my orbit. Why? Like, because I'm not looking like everybody else, man. I'm over there just doing my thing. I'm just chilling. I can't tell you how many times it goes down that way. Now, strip clubs are different. You know what I mean? But it works, like you said, it absolutely works in the strip club. Those girls are out there trying to break bread. They're trying to make money. But if they dig you, if a stripper digs you, bro, yeah, she'll go out. She'll go out. But you absolutely have to know what you're doing to make that happen. She is not going out with any lames. Right. So if you especially a stripper, bro, you get her to go out, man, you'll be surprised how fast she'll go into her wallet to pay for stuff. She'll go into her purse and she'll pay for things because she wants you to understand that she's into you. She's not trying to run a play because she already knows you plugged in. So she wants to prove to you. Now, again, it could be game. It could just be game. She could be setting you up. You know how you set people up with that jab, and so you get them with that right. She could be setting you up. But 9 times out of 10, she's not. If it was about the money, she would have got you in the club. The fact that she came outside of her place of her place of business, her establishment, to talk to you in the real world, she done told you her real name. She done gave you her phone number, right? She ready to go out with you and hang out, and she's paying, bro. Like I say, man, that's some upper level type shit. The vast majority of dudes cannot pull that off. We got Scam Likely in the building. What's good, fam? The vast majority of dudes cannot pull that off, man, when it comes to strippers. That's like the highest of heights. But going in someplace, again, I go by myself, generally speaking, but if I'm with a couple dudes, it is what it is. I'm sitting there chilling. I might be with some of my dudes who they be gunning, bro. They just be running, doing their thing, man. I'll go out with some guys who about running numbers, and every woman they see, holla, 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 holla. I let them do it. Every woman they see, they holla, holla, holla. I'm sitting back chilling. I might have my phone out. I might be reading an article. I might be responding to comments. Like, who knows what I'm doing? I might be, generally speaking, I'm sending messages. I'm setting up the next spot to go to, trying to find out what it is. But I'm there just minding my business. I'm not taken by your beauty. I'm not sitting around like, oh, look at her. You know what I'm saying? Like the hound, man. I'm just chilling. And trust me, women are drawn to that, bro. They will come over just so they can see what's up with you. Or if your friends are bringing women back to the table and you just, how you doing, whatever, and back to what you're doing, so what are you doing there? Like, so what are you doing? What's your story? How do you know these guys? They just going to keep talking to you. And if you think she's fine enough and you feel like rocking it, all you got to do is engage. That's right. Here's the difference between sniping and spraying and praying, bro. Facts. Let's continue.
Curious creatures to their core. And when something isn't going the way they think it should, they want to know why not. Silence can mean timid, but it can also mean confident. When a lame stands in a corner quietly, he's looking around nervously. His body language screams uncomfortable. When I stand in a corner quietly, I may look at my surroundings, but after that, I go back to doing whatever had my attention at the moment. I'm standing there like I own the place, and I'm too busy to be bothered. When a woman approaches me, I'll let her do all the talking. Women love to run their mouths, so let them do what they love to do. All I do is interject here and there to show them that I'm paying attention. Trust me, a man who can be silent and not look nervous projects a very mysterious presence to women. And that is...
Man, this brother is giving top tier game on this video right here, bro. Top tier game. Right. Fresh book on this, and I talk about this all the time. When a woman comes over to talk to you, all you have to do is keep her talking. You truly, like, you are spinning the plate for real. You never spin the plate and the plate is spinning, but then it starts to lose its momentum or whatever, that inertia, and it starts to wobble or whatever. So you got to spin it again so it can get back in place. That's what you're doing when she's talking to you. You let her talk. It's blah, 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 blah. And then you just interject, right? When it starts to wobble a little bit, it's starting to wobble, you interject. It was like, so tell me, what was it like when you when you went for your master's? Because she's gonna tell you about college and all that. I got a master's in this, I got this degree in that, da. So it's like, she's talking, place is starting to slow down or whatever, right? So right away it was like, so a master's in communication. So tell me about that. Now the plate's back to balance again. You just sit back, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And then it starts to wobble again. Starts to wobble. Is that a Chanel purse? It is. Blah, 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 blah. Spinning the plate again. Right? And now so you have to be up on a bunch of little things. Is that a Chanel purse? Is that a tank? Ew, you're wearing a Cartier tank. Is that a tank? Wow, that's nice. You know what I mean? Or, you know, or it's, you know, you kind of look at that like, wait, those are Chanel shoes as well. Oh, no, those are the Louboutins, aren't they? Yep. Those are the Louboutins. You know, I got them at so and so and so and so. And oh, that's what's up. You treat yourself to that, huh? Or there's someone like, oh, your man must have bought that for you. No, I don't have a man. And, you know, I just wanted to treat myself because we closed on this deal and blah, 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 blah. Back to spinning the plate. Just sit back, man. Just sit back. Interject just a little bit. Keep that plate going. And then when you're ready, if you like what you see and you're ready, you can go ahead and separate her from her group. It's like, well, look, it's been a pleasure talking to you. You're a very fascinating person. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even mind hanging out with you, but I got to go. I'm about to go over here and check out this jazz club or whatever I'm about to go do, whatever it is. Jazz? Yeah. You want to come? Well, I mean, with my friend, it's like, well, I have a +1. I mean, if you want to be my +1, you're more than welcome to come. And then she'll go to her friends and come back, and she's off to the races with you, bro. She wants to be with you now. You got her at the next spot. You're on your way. You know what I mean? You're on your way, and you're still letting her talk. Let her talk. Simple as that.
That is powerful alone. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what you're feeling. They start making up things in their minds about you. As long as you're vague in your responses, you start to become irresistible to them. If you don't believe me, try it the next time you're out, but make sure you're cleaned up nice and wearing something decent. If no one approaches you, I guarantee you will get a few stares and eye contact. Once you get that eye contact, give it back. Don't get nervous or look away quickly. Just smile, nod, and slowly look away. 9 times out of 10, she will walk over to you and start a conversation up. And what are you going to do? Well, what the hell do you think this whole video was about? You're going to be vague, stay silent, and interject when necessary. Once you try this, let me know what happens in the comment section below. Also, go check me out at www.adosagame.com if you want to go deeper into this game. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. Until then, play on, player.
Play on, player. You know what I mean? Play on, player. For real, for real. Shout out to Dose. Shout out to Dose. Everything he just said in that video, man, was 100% factual. He ain't lying. He ain't exaggerating at all. In fact, I was talking to a buddy of mine just last night about eye contact. He was asking me my take on eye contact. He was like, oh, you know, when is it too much? When does it becomes weird? Like, how do you do this? And, you know, how do you handle that? And I basically said what King Dose just said. You know, like I'll stare at him, you know what I mean, for a couple beats. I'll smile, you know what I mean, and I'll nod. That's my take on it. I'll smile, I'll nod, and then I'll go back to whatever it was I was doing. Right? If I'm with someone, I'll smile, I'll nod, then I'll say something to the person that's with me, or I'll go back to looking at my phone or wherever I was doing. Right? Maybe I'll say something to the bartender. Whatever. 100% correct. She will come see you, bro. She will place. Now, here's the thing. A lot of women, they won't come talk to you per se. The older women will, more experienced women will. But I would say, just making up numbers here, I would say 8 women out of 10, maybe 7 women out of 10. After that eye contact, after that smile, she'll look down, she'll blush a little bit or whatever. She'll smile back. After that, what she'll do is place herself in your orbit. She's not going to come over and just start and just chat you up. Like I said, maybe 2 or 3 women will out of 10, but the vast majority of them, they're just going to place themselves in your orbit. And what are they waiting on? They waiting on you to make the first move. They're waiting on you to do something. Say something. They just waiting on that, right? So when I see that, if a woman comes over, and normally they'll approach when you're not paying, when you're not watching. They'll wait for your, you know, for your back to be turned, and she'll approach from this way because you're looking that way, and you'll come back around, and there she is. Right? So what do you do, Unc? Do I just put my hand on her? Do I start talking to her? No, sir. What you do is you say, pardon me. You pass me that napkin, please. And then she'll reach over, grab that napkin, give it to you, and you place your drink on the napkin, and you go back to what you were doing over here to your left, right? She's on your right. Now she's going to start talking. You've opened the door. Pass me that napkin, please. Works all the time, right? They say there's no napkins or anything around. There's nothing to be passed. You know, like, okay, make a comment on something. Make a comment on her watch. Make a comment on her nails. Pardon me. Your nails look very nice. Just wanted to tell you that. Oh, really? And bloop, she's in it. Now conversation's about to go, right? Introduce yourself, whatever. She's gonna ask you what you do. Someone like me is like, oh, I'm a comedian. A lot of times I'll tell them I'm a comedian, or I'll tell them I'm in entertainment, right? I may tell them I'm retired, but then right away, so what do you do? Right. And now, because I want her to get going. I want her to go ahead and get on that wheel, get on that hamster wheel and start going, blah, 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 blah. And I can just go ahead and start, oh, really? Right. So she's going to place herself in your orbit, bro. If you digging her or whatever, you know what I mean? At this point, you're in command. What happens next is up to you. What I normally advise in that situation, get her social media, get her Instagram. More likely she's going to have an Instagram. If she's older, she's going to have a Facebook, right? Get her social media and or number. I like to get social medias. Get her social media and get up out of here. Break contact. You're gone. You can hit her later. Hit her up later. She's going to ask you where you're going. Like, well, yeah, I got to go. I'm going to this comedy event. There's a comic I want to see. And I'm running a little bit late. So actually I got to get going. It's a pleasure talking to you. And then I normally, as I'm talking to them, I'm hitting them up on their social media. Like, hey, I already sent you a message on your Instagram. So, hopefully I'll see you around. I'm out. Is she going to hit me back? I don't know. I don't care. But she's going to be following my socials when I'm doing something. Guarantee she's going to show up to one of my events. Guarantee it. She's going to come up to one of the shows we're running. Or she's going to, come out when I post something. I'm going to be at such and such. I'm going to be supporting my friend here, doing that. She'll show up, or she'll start liking things, start hitting you up. So that's all game is talking about, bro. That's what game is talking about. And I'm telling you, you guys who are out here trying to figure things out, y'all need to be over there subscribing to Dose of Game. He's been doing this longer than me. I remember when I passed him on subscribers, not that it's a competition, but I keep my eye on it. And then I lost that 150 subscribers. So he's in front of me, but I'm trying to overtake again. I'm trying to overtake. But y'all should, if you haven't subscribed to me or resubscribed to me, you should. And you should also go over to Dose of Game and check that brother out. Brother Dose knows what he's talking about. Brother Pitney, if all the men took this guy's advice, he might put the rest of the manosphere out of business. LOL, bro. For real, for real. This game is short and sweet and to the point. He knows what he's talking about, bro. I done watched a lot of his content, man. And I've reached out to him. We've been talked to him back and forth via text, on was it Instagram? No, I think it was just in the comment section of his videos. That's what it was. We've gone back and forth, bro. Like the dude's, he's a real one. When it comes to this is knowledge. His knowledge is proven. So y'all definitely need to be hollering at him. Like he said, go out, dress the parts. And that's something that y'all dudes keep forgetting, man. Y'all aren't dressing properly, man. Don't dress like everyone else. You want to dress a step or two steps above. That's what gives you the mystery. Who is this guy? Right? People ask me all the time, like, damn, bro, why are you wearing a tie? Because women like shiny shit, bro. That's like putting glitter on. She's gonna come over, right? I can't tell you how many times women talk to me in the elevators with their dudes right there next to them, talking about how this is a real gentleman. You should dress like him. And I'm looking at the guy like, I wouldn't even be with her if I was you, bro. She said some shit like that to me. This would be the last time she ever saw me. I couldn't believe it. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And then you have the guys that come in there and they feel subpar and they'll start talking to me. You know what I mean? It's some whatever, trying to impress the girl that they with. Same thing. I don't say shit, then I just look at them. I might just, do that. I might just do that little, okay, you say so, bro. You know what I mean? And then the ride's over. Like, y'all have a good night. The girl's checking me out, bro. She's checking me out. If I bump into that woman later on in the night, guess what? She gonna have something to say to me. Just want to apologize for my friend. Your friend? I thought that was your husband. Oh, no, he's just, he wants to date me. He's just a friend. Oh. Now we into it. Tell me about yourself. You know what I mean? Now she's gonna start telling, here we go, start get that play going. Cause she see what she like, bro. Women want what they want. And if you it, you it. But don't open your mouth and insert your foot, bro, and fuck it all up. You got to sit there and master that part of the game. Be comfortable saying nothing. And learn how to just keep that plate. Say just enough to keep that plate from falling down, from wobbling and falling down. Keep that plate spinning. Keep her talking. And the more you know about stuff, the better. You're going to come across women who are going to want to sit there and brag about traveling to this place or that place. The more you know, the more traveled you are, the better that conversation is going to be. And you can just sit back and chill. I've had women talk all kind of stuff. And, one day I want to go to so-and-so. And I had a woman that was talking about China, as a matter of fact. She was talking. So finally, because I was talking to her friend. So finally, I was like, I'm like, so you've been to China? She's like, no, but I want to go and blah, blah. She's saying all this stuff. So I pull out a picture of me standing on the wall, showed it to her because in her mind, she thought that I'm not traveled for whatever reason. I showed her a picture of me standing on the wall. Great Wall of China. She's like, you've been to China? I'm like, I have. That shut her up. And her friend wanted to know more about me. But then again, I spin it right back on her. So tell me, where have you been? Well, I've been to Montreal once. Got that plate going again. Tell me about Montreal. I haven't been. Tell me about Montreal. And it's on, bro. So that's what you got to do. I hope this helps someone. Women are definitely falling for the whole sprinkle, drizzle thing. Women are out here now paying for attention from certain men. Build yourself up, gentlemen. You can be the guy that she's willing to pay for. She will take you out. She will buy you a drink, right? If you run your game properly, she will do these things. She will provide experiences. She will bring you as her plus one, right? I can't tell you how many events I've been to as the plus one. She will do it, but you got to be on top of your game, bro. All right. So we're going to leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed that, man. Again, appreciate each and every one of you for rocking out with your old Uncle Saint, just kind of doing this thing. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be tomorrow we're not doing our show on Tuesday night, so I'll be able to have our normal show tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna be doing an early show as well. There was an incident in Ohio that happened some hours back. An Uber driver went to a man's house and wound up being shot and deleted. I'm going to talk about that. That story is out there right now. It's like one of the top news stories. It's crazy. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. If not tonight, probably tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Sad story. So I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I'm DL Saint. This is That I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.